Hi guys, Matt from Finatics here. We have more fish to unbox. Imagine we always have fish to unbox. Also more exciting things, all kind of things happen. First thing out of the box today is not fish. These are crabs, big ones. These are fiddler crabs. Of course, fiddler crabs have that great big claw on one side and a little tiny one on the other side. They can be lefties or righties. Super cool little dudes. I got a big old bag of plants here. Let's see what comes out of the bag. I ordered some good stuff. Never know for sure what's going to show up, so let's take a look. First thing, oops, dropped them on the crabs. These are St. Elmo's Fire Swords, which are bright green on the underleaf, but the new growth on these come out bright red. Really beautiful sword plant. Whenever I can get those, I pick up a bunch of them because they were really spectacular. Not a bad size on these this time. Last time I got them in, they were small but great color. Alright, this is going to be hard to really get a view on. I bought Boos. That one looks like it got a little mashed in shipping. Let's see if these guys recover pretty good. They probably will, but they look like they got a little bit mashed up in shipping. Boos, if you know anything about it, has a tendency to be kind of expensive and small and grow really slow, but it's really neat for aquascaping. And there's lots and lots of really cool kinds. Like this one's got kind of a ruffly leaf. Yeah, really neat ruffly leaf on that guy. Anywhere from greens to kind of a blue-green or browns. Very cool plant. They're usually actually very hardy once you get them established, which makes it up for that they're kind of expensive. They usually run 10, 12, even 25 bucks for a little sprig of booze. I think these ones run probably in the $12 range, would be my guess. Here are some apons. I ordered a couple different types. Oops, that's not an apon. These are Madagascar Lace. So those came in nice. I don't think we got the other guys. I'd order some capranis or something of that sort. That were really cool, but not in the bag. So that's what we got for plants out of this order. Oh, wait, there's more. Here we have, these are dwarf baby tears in the pot. I picked those up occasionally because some people like them that way, and so I did, and they look great. A lot better than the stuff we have on a cocoa mat right now, which didn't fare so well. That's those guys. Alright, now we have some fish. First thing up, I was just getting asked about, these are feeder guppies. Feeder guppies oftentimes will have 1, 2, or even 3 bags of them that are for special order. This week we got one of them. 100 lots, we give a 25% discount. These are Dojo Loaches, beautiful cold water fish. Get 11 inches or so. Big, fat around, fatter than a hot dog. Neat, fun fish. They'll suck on your fingers. More guppies. What's here? We have more fish. These are Serpae Tetras. These are the Longfin variety, and they're very long-finned. Nice little batch of long-fin Serpae Tetras. Not uncommon for them to be not quite as red as their other brethren, but really a nice fish with a long fin. So it slows them down so they're not as nippy as their buddies. That's one box. Let's go for 2. Always glad to see these. Blackworms came in, looked like they came in pretty nice. Cooling off for the year. So between now and the time the drought's a problem where they raise them, we should be able to get some pretty decent worms. There's a dead patch in that, but most of them look pretty good. I got some shrimp. Oh, that's right. I spent some extra money this week. These are Pinto tigers. These are different than your regular Caridina. Well, they're a Caridina, but different than the red crystals. And I blew some extra money on those. They're kind of on the spendy side. Usually they can go up to 30 bucks a shrimp or something like that. I think I got them for I think in the 20 range on those guys, if I remember right. Here's some red crystals. Gotta have red crystals. Been selling a ton of those guys. We get a good price on them too. And one more batch of shrimp here. It looks like tiny amanos. Yeah, those are tiny amanos. I thought I had another type of Pinto. Maybe it's still hiding out here, but it looks like we were a no on that other type of Pinto. Did get some feeder comets. Always necessary to have some feeder comets on hand. Got wiped out on feeders altogether last week early, so we doubled up this week. Here's some feeder ghost shrimp, or just ghost shrimp. On the ghost shrimp, if you need to get a feeder lot on those, if you buy 50 or more at a time, we give a 50% discount on ghost shrimp, but you have to pick them up on the day we order them, like we do with the guppies, and you do that with the comets too. So both ordering on your feeder is easy here. All right, this should be tropicals. Oh, got big box of tropicals apparently. First thing out today is Dojo Loaches. That's the purple style of Dojo Loach. Not to be mistaken for your reds or your blacks. These are really quite pink, and thus the name purple. I don't call them pink, I don't know. Next thing up, we have some Cobalt blue zebras. Running low on the Malawian aisle. I have to admit we're getting ready to move the Malawian aisle over a couple aisles. So I've been holding back ordering some of the stuff, but we still got quite a good bunch of good stuff over there. Bunch of guppies this week. Yellowtail male guppies. Looking good. Remembering I need to order some females, so I'll do that next chance I get. Here's some red dragon, neon red dragon male guppies. Another batch of decent guppies there. And here's some rainbows. You guys know I love my rainbows. These are extra small neon dwarf rainbows, or the praecox. Not a bad size on those actually. For extra small, they're about twice the size as we saw about a month ago. Boraras Budget. These are chili rasboras, the firecrackers when they color up. Always look a little bit beige here because of all the stuff happening around them. They blanch out a little bit, but when you get them home in your planted tank, they turn bright red. Super, super cool little nano fish. All right, this is something different than I expected. This is crystal tetra, Trachodon pie, or the pie tetra they call them also. These are really cool. I thought I was ordering something else. I should have looked them up. That, if I'd have noticed what they were, I'd have been even more excited. Super glassy, cool tetra. I gotta double check the full size on those. I thought they got kind of big. Pearl zebras, along with the cobalt blues. We got some more of the pearls. Beautiful white zebra. Malawian. Let's see, here's another Malawian. This is a large blue dolphin. These guys run a little more expensive. I think they're in the $30 range for the big guys. Nice, beautiful blue color on the last batch. And these guys look like they're going to color up real nice. Here's another one. Should be the third one in here somewhere. And then this is fork-tailed rainbows, or fork-tailed blue-eye rainbow, furcata rainbow. Sudmagilla furcata. Not a bad size on these. They'll get up to about 1.5 to 2 inches. A little deeper bodied than maybe the Gertrudes, but a really nice nano rainbow. There's that last blue dolphin. And then, oh, we got more leopard frogs. Leopard frogs have been flying out of here faster than I can get them. This is an L134 leopard frog. Nice size, nice pattern. Should have a couple of those guys in here. This is not a leopard frog. These are snakeskin guppies. More guppy guys, just like I promised. And let's see, there's that leopard frog. You can see him in there. He's awful pretty. Love our plecos. Love anything with the name frog. More guppies. These are flamingo guppies. Nice color. You know, I leave it to the warehouse staff at my supplier. So pick me out nice guppies that look good and don't all look exactly the same. And they do me good every time. They do a great job for us. Here's some Singapore shrimp. Fan feeding Singapore shrimp, or a fan favorite here, if you'll allow the pun. And we have some swordtails. These are the black swordtails. I really like the blacks and the greens myself. They're some of my favorites. Nice looking swordtails. I get the calico or the hakus. I like those too. And dwarf gouramis. Nice big bag of male dwarf gouramis, bright reds with a little bit of blue. Nice, nice fish. All right, back after a little break. Somebody's arms are getting shaky. Yeah, that was me. Here comes more fish. Oh, Denison's barbs, or roseline sharks. We were out of those last week. These were a touch more expensive than what we've been paying, but a little better size on these. So works out both ways. Oh my goodness, look at you. This is a pigeon snakeskin. which is not what I ordered. I ordered a snakeskin and they sent me pigeons, but they're beautiful, so there we go. Wow, that's a good looking fish. Next thing up is another pigeon snakeskin. Discus, of course. 3 inches. I ordered 3 inch this week because they were so popular last week. Actually, last week I ordered 3-inch snakeskin leopards and they didn't send them. So, I don't know what kind of shenanigans they're pulling, but they're beautiful, so we're going to be happy. Busy being happy right there. Uh-oh, here we got some fruity pebbles. Somebody didn't make the trip. A couple of them didn't make the trip, but for the most part they look pretty good. These guys sometimes don't ship all that great. We'll have to make sure they're clean before you get a chance to have them. And then we've got some platies. Golden leopard platies. Quite spectacular, bright yellows and oranges. Very pretty. Platies. And next we have some neon tetras. Got a whole bag of little ones. I'm trying to stock up on those guys. I like to have a couple hundred at least. I don't look like that many, but it's mostly 100. Maybe that's 50, and maybe I got another bag of them right here. Yeah, there we go. There's the other 50 of them. We go through a lot of neons and cardinals and green neons. Raminos, those guys just fly out of here. Here's some more callainos, Blue Mountain Calico platies. Very pretty. It's actually quite a striking looking fish. And then, of course, more coolies. These are Borneo hairbanded coolies. Very popular little fish. Kind of a neat dot and dash pattern to them, a little different than your standard bandeds. And yeah, just a neat fish. Here's some more of your Boraras. These are naevus, or the strawberry Rasbora. Nice size on these. Usually come in just a titch bigger than our chili Rasboras. Really not a lot of difference between the two fish. They're very similar. A little different pattern on them. Not uncommon for them to get mixed up in shipping to have both types in the same bag. But, looks like a pretty clean batch of both this week. Here's more discus. This is turquoise discus, 3-inch tiger turquoise. One of these guys is for special order, but I believe I brought in 3 of them just because I can. I've been bringing in more and more discus, and they've been just flying out of here. Clown loaches, nice size on these guys this week. That's a restock on them. We flew through another batch of those guys, even though they've been a little on the spendy side. We haven't had these in a little while. These are leopard tenopoma, which is some people call them the African leaf fish. There's actually another fish that's a close relative to these guys, also a tenopoma, that is usually recognized as the African leaf fish, but that's a really fun fish. Get about 6 inches, beefy. Frogs. We love frogs here at Finatics. We are fans of the frogs, and there we have smacking dwarf frogs. Next up we have more Amano shrimp, and these are pretty small also. I think these are even smaller than the other batch. So looks like tiny Amano shrimp is going to be the standard, at least for the next few weeks, on Amano shrimp, but at least we have them. Wow, those are striking. These are calico rider-tailed mollies. Nice looking fish, bright orange red color to them, black spots. And then we have honey dwarf gouramis. These are not the sunsets, but the regulars always look kind of gray in the bag. When they color up, those guys have a spectacular black patch and orange and yellow. Very, very pretty fish. Here's a tiny little guy with lots of bright colors. This is a scarlet batis, another nano fish. They act like the Asian sickle, I swear. Super cool. They're actually in the chameleon fish group. Here we have some mystery snails. Apparently we got gold ones instead of assorted ones. That's alright. We needed some gold, so that works. And then we have some more lyre-tail mollies. These are black and gold lyre-tail mollies. Good looking fish. I like the black and golds myself. And then we have harlequin rasboras. A lot of people use these as a nano fish also. They're Tetra shaped, but they're a Rasbora, come from Asia. Very pretty fish that have a very small mouth, so that's why people use them as nano fish. Here's another discus. Man, that's a spectacular fish. if you can see them through all the patterning there. Gorgeous pattern, tiger turquoise, 3-inch fish. It's everything at 3 inches or more. Great looking fish for the price. Here's something I haven't had in a couple of years. This is a Mies antenna cat. Kind of a cool cat, if you will, that gets 5-6 inches. They'll school. There's a saltwater catfish that looks similar. Last thing out of this box is the last fish on this order, and this is a discus. A gorgeous, gorgeous fish. 3-inch tiger turquoise discus is a great way to wrap up this week's order. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll catch you soon. All right, we're back. We thought we were done for the week, but we were not done. We got all kinds of stuff showed up today, and we're gonna add them right to the end of this video. First thing, we got a whole bunch of bugs, and I got a really cool shirt, so I'm so stoked about my shirt. Actually, Rapashi sent this to me, but this came out of Florida. There's a bunch of bugs here, more roaches. These guys I'm so stoked about. They're so pretty, and they make good food for your chameleons and otherwise. These are hornworms. We got a couple of cultures of those guys in stock, and we'll be carrying those even in bulk. Isopods are the big coup of the day. We got 4 different varieties of isopods. These are the powder blue ones. We got a couple of cultures of those guys, and then we also have dairy cows. These dairy cows, my daughter wanted to grab them right off the counter. Look how big they are. There's a really big one in here somewhere. That one's pretty good size. Like these monstrous isopods, and they got the cool black and white pattern. They call them a dairy cow. Then we have this guy. They said there's a mix in here of what they call little C and powder blue. Look mostly like powder blue to me, but they're really cute little isopods. Let's see if I can find them. There they are, little itty bitty guys. So nice cultures. They say I think 12 to 16 isopods in a culture. Reproduce pretty quickly on those guys. Great for your bioactive terrariums. Last color they sent me, these are really striking. These are the powder orange isopods. Look how pretty they are. And they'll eat up all the mold and all that kind of thing out of your terrarium. If you're keeping frogs or just have a paludarium, they're really great to make your whole system flow together really nice. Also grabbed something different. We haven't had these in stock in a really long time. I was able to pick up some earthworms. These are red wigglers, but a good size on them. I haven't got the pricing on them yet, but there'll be, you can buy them individually or in the big cup. Last thing on the bugs, this outfit had super worms. Super worms look like giant mealworms, but they're kept at room temperature instead of in the freezer. Once in a while you get one that gets eaten, but in general, good, easy to digest worms, much easier to digest than your mealworms, so more appropriate for more species of reptile. So that is the bugs that came in the mail this morning, and we got some more fish to show you too. Alrighty, here's another order we picked up from an outfit out of Florida. I like to pick stuff up out of Florida now and then, even though the shipping's a little harder to get here because they have good quality on stuff that's sometimes really hard to get here on the West Coast. First thing is spotted puffers that came in actually really quite nice. If we can get these guys to tank okay, they look really good coming in. Spotted puffers notoriously do not tank well for us, so hopefully they will be an exception. Next thing up is Longfin blue Daniel. Had a bunch of Daniels on their list, much more than some of our regular suppliers, so we stocked up. That's one species we picked up, the one variety. The blue Daniel is going to be a version of a zebra Daniel, and a long-finned one too. Here's some white skirt tetras. White skirt tetras are a byproduct of the glowfish industry. You can get them relatively inexpensively because about half of the glowfish don't get any color. Wow, these are really neat. These are a rainbow I haven't had before. These are the Dohertyi rainbow fish. Oh, if they're Dohertyis, yeah, I've had those before. They had them under a different name. They didn't have the scientific name listed. Dohertyis are similar to the zigzags. Really, really neat rainbow. Larger Glossiosepsis, if I remember right. It doesn't have it listed, but they're Glossiosepsis. Next thing is more zebras. These are Longfin zebra Daniels. Looks like somebody didn't make the trip, but overall they look pretty dang good. Nice fat bellies. And up in here is some swordtails. These are crescent swordtails, tricolor. I like the idea of a tricolor, so I figured I'd take a look and see what it is. It looks like a Mickey Mouse platy, but see, there's swords on them, so they are actually a swordtail. Here's the other half of those Doherty rainbows, or the Doherty rainbows. That's one little box. Let's keep rolling as long as Barry's arm's going to hold out here. We got a whole big bag of ghost shrimp. Some of them didn't make the trip, but overall we got, they say maybe 1,000 ghost shrimp in there. Let's see how well those tank as well. If we can do larger batches, we might actually be able to offer a little better price on feeder items if we buy a huge quantity. The big question is, do they tank well? And how much does it cost to ship them in? But we will do all the math on that and get you the best price we can. Here's a whole big bag of feeder comets. Same deal, about 400 or 500 of those guys. Make sure that we can get you the best feeder items on the planet. Not just roaches and crickets, but also feeder goldfish. And some feeder guppies hanging out down there too. Let's see. Oh, yep, here they are. Feeder guppies. Same. About 1,000 of those guys there. We go through a lot of feeder guppies here. So if we can find a way to cut costs on that, give you guys a better product for a cheaper price, we're always about that. I purposely ordered some more sensitive fish from this supplier because I want to see just how good a job they did packing. Oh, these are cool. Geophagus balzini, or I've heard them called something else too. But anyway, these guys are the ones that get that kind of fuzzy head on their, or a wing almost like Oranda goldfish on the dominant males. Very neat cichlid. And here's some more cichlids. These are the green severums. Nice size on these, and I remember right, the price was not bad. So hopefully, if they color up and look great, green severums are always a good choice. Next is albino eques. Somebody here in town brought a whole bunch of them. I can't talk them into bringing me any, so we had to buy them all the way from Florida. Here they are, albino eques. Yeah, Mike, I'm talking to you. And oh, this is a cool fish. Which one is this one? This is a mustard spot pleco, LDA 31. I've had these in the past. Good size on this guy, nice yellow spots. They're in the Panax, I believe. Nice wood eater in pleco. Pretty fish, don't get particularly big. Maybe 6 inches. And I got some bettas hiding in here. I've got a lot of water, but they look like they're doing okay. These are some black orchid crown tail male bettas. Super nice betta. And grab some females. What is that? These are just regular females. We were out of stock on these, or at least low stock, so I figured I'd grab a few and see how they did. They look good. Not a lot of water, but they look feisty, so we'll get them in tanks here shortly. Make sure you guys stay in the water though. Here's some more skirted tetras. These are the black skirts. This is what your glowfish look like before they've been bred for being albino. Oopsie. And then colorized through the genetic process. And a whole bag of snails. I like how they ship the snails. Some of the places will ship the snails full of water, and they just don't do that great. When they ship them like this, or even better, wrap them in a paper towel, they usually ship in just fine. Here's another, oh wow, this is a really nice one. This is another betta, a mustard gas. I haven't had one of these guys in a while. Really love the blue with the yellow fins. These are leopard daniels, longfin leopard daniels. Leopard daniels, of course, are the same species as zebras or the blue ones, just different color pattern. And then we're going to do celestial pearl daniels. Always a favorite here. Let's see how these guys look. A little bit stressed in the bag. Nice fat bellies, so hopefully these guys will tank up and look amazing for you by the time to come out of quarantine. Next up is pearl daniels. These are something I don't bring in that often because they oftentimes it's hard to get good stock, but they've got a really cool little whisker to them. They tank well. Those are a really fun little dandelion, not particularly expensive. Last thing out of this box is more Tetras. This is gold Priscilla Tetras. Somebody was asking me for these the other day, and I always forget about them. We have the regular Priscillas, but the gold ones, of course, are an albino that actually seem like they almost have more color than the regulars. So that's a cool Tetra. That will, of course, be on the Tetra special. Last box of this order, called a little order, but really wasn't. All by itself, it's a pretty decent sized order. I've got some albino Gibiceps. These are the sail fin Plecos, but the albino versions. Not bad size on those guys, and I think they had a pretty decent price too, so those look good. I like how they shipped in their Plecos. I ordered quite a bit of variety on those guys because I really wanted to see how they did. Quality. See if I can find a tag here. This looks like Salvini Tetras. They are. Nice size on these guys too. It's about the size of the ones we just sold out that came in a quarter that size originally. Good price on their South American cichlids too. So that should transfer. So a good price for you guys. This is albino rainbow sharks. Oddly, these have been not available from any of my local sources. So I picked them up in Florida, of all places. Usually pretty easy to get. This is something I have a heck of a time finding. These are the dragonfish, or the dragon goby, or gosh, they got a bunch of different common names. These guys are actually a brackish water fish. They'll get up to 2 feet long and kind of big around like a rope fish, about the size of a small broomstick. Super cool, non-aggressive fish though. They do require a bit of space, and they do better in brackish water. Here is a little tire track eel. Don't let the size fool you. This is a baby monster. Not as big as a fire eel, but much more aggressive. Tire track eels will get 2-3 feet. They're a good sized eel with a pretty aggressive attitude. What do we got here? This is like snails too. What kind of snails we got? This is black racer snails. Wow, they're good size on these. They're a nearite. A lot of times we get the red racers and they're tiny, but these guys came in nice and big. That's a black racer they're called. I think I've seen those called helmet, military helmet, or black helmet, but you never know on those common names. Here's another bag of cories. These are green aeneas. It's your regular of the albinos that we just showed you. So lots and lots of cories here. Always happy to pick up some more common cories. And let's see, it looks like the last bag here, I've got assorted cichlids. These are assorted African cichlids. They call them irregular. They look pretty small. We haven't brought in assorteds for a while. Again, this is really under the, I'm going to see how they packed them and what kind of sizing they shipped on those. A little on the small side, but that's a fun little batch of Mabunas. And one more bag. Don't count us done yet. This is assassin snails. The last bag and is assassin snails. I always gotta keep a good bunch of those around. Let me see, do I have another box? Oh my goodness, I got another box. Your arm's gonna fall off.
Oh, we did that box.
Let's see if we did this box. Yeah, we did. Never mind. Alright. Well, that's all we got. And I lied. We're back. We've got bugs. Barry's gonna unload them for you.